What is going on, people? It is. Let me fix my hair real quick. This shit look like I'm like Chinese royalty. You feel me? Um, bro, banger of a fucking day. Let me just get straight into that shit. That today was an absolute banger. These are days that I strive for in my trading career for a couple of reasons. My setup is perfect, and I maximized my risk. When my setup is perfect and I maximize my risk, I have very big days. You know, pardon me. Alright, now, let's get straight into it. Feel me? Alright, bet. Going into today, I was like, alright, bet. Let's see what we can do here. We have 8:30 open. 8:30 open right here, and we have this larger time from SMT. I woke up around 7:45. I see this larger time from SMT. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back to bed, see what 8:30 news does, and then we're gonna see what we do. Um, you know, I was looking for basically something bullish. I wasn't expecting this crazy move up at 8:30 because I did forget it was CPI. I kind of thought it was like some like BS news day, but no, it was the CPI. So the CPI shot us up way up high, and then I'm just gonna go immediately to the 1 minute because nothing else really matters. Actually, I'll go over an order block. But then we start to grind lower. 9:30 opens, push up. We leave these relative equal highs. There's no SMT up here. There's nothing there. I'm like, all right, so this is looking good to take out this low, potentially 8:30 low, and then start to head higher. So this is where I'm gonna just 1 second. Once we took out this sell side, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna look for some longs. Now once we drop down again, if you look, there's a 2 minute double on the 2 minute, 1 for value gap, 2 for value gap. I was gonna short it. I was gonna short that, and I did short it, but I canceled it because I was like, we don't want London low. This is a protected SMT. We are going back higher. And we took our 8:30 and our 12 o'clock, our midnight open, so we just went into a very low discount. So I was like, all right, bet if Nasdaq's that low, then ES has to be more bullish. So we immediately go on ES, and I'm like, all right, bet. Let's see what we can find here. There's nothing on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, there was nothing for me to enter on. But then, if we go to ES, if we go to, let me do this real quick. What the fuck? If you go to, the 30-second, I believe it is the 15-second. If you go to the 15-second, way back here, I'm looking for bullish, bullish signs of, us going higher. We have, 1 for value gap right here, but we come back into it and we push higher in an order block propulsion. So I'm already looking at that and I'm like, all right, we have 1 for value gap. I don't care if another one gets created. It's a whole different sequence. This for value gap was an entire, I'm talking about this one. This for value gap is entirely different than our other for value gap that we're identifying. We respected it, but we also respected this breaker, this propulsion, this breaker, maybe an order block on a larger time frame. Doesn't matter. Then we have our real 2 for value gap set right here. 1 right here, another one right here. We get this bullish close. I'm like, all right, I like it. And then, I was kind of just sitting there. I don't know what I was waiting on. I was just sitting there. I was seeing if we wanted to run, I believe this high on ES, because if you look, we did have an SMT right here. So I was like, all right, if we run the high, I'll enter. It ran the high, entered, maybe kind of a bad entry. But anyways, we came all the way back down, tapped into this for value up again. I'm like, all right, bet, it's looking good. So I entered another 5 up here once we broke this high, comfortably. I was like, all right, bet, let's run it. Stop loss is still, I believe, below here somewhere. I don't know. We come down, we start consolidating, we break the high again, I enter. I'm like, all right, it's looking good. And then finally we have another, we came down and we swept out some big low, not a big low, we just kind of like took out some internal liquidity. And if you look here, we have one for value gap, and we also have another for value gap right here. We respected that one, didn't tap in the lower one, so I entered again, consolidated even more, and then eventually pushed higher. So, this consolidation was just time distortion, waiting for the macro. Macro came in and started to sweep everything. So beautiful, beautiful day. Let me go over the actual. I was kind of scared, but let me go over these higher time frame fair value gaps real quick. We have our 1 3-minute fair value gap right here. There's boom, boom. There's our 2 fair value gap sequence on the 3-minute. I was already in the trade by here, but I used this as a as a pyramid opportunity. So this was my actual pyramid opportunity though, right here, and then we had this one right here. So yes, there's 3 fair value gaps here, but like I said, this is an order block. We broke the high, came down the order block. We didn't tap into this fair value gap. What is this on the 1 minute? Maybe like it's a fair value gap on the 1 minute. Retrace into it. That's kind of the only thing I can think of. 3-minute, we left it open. Remember, higher time frame, higher power. So we leave these 3-minute fair value gaps, and I'm like, all right, this is good to fucking go. This is good to go. Stop loss was at this 3-minute fair value gap low, all through the entries in here, and then we finally get our move up higher, which then takes out our profit. Very, very, very nice on ES. So this was the trade. Looking at it, let's just do this, and then I believe I had my stop loss at one point, right around there, and then my target was up there. So yes, it wasn't the prettiest trade, but I don't care. The trade does not have to be pretty. And this was a max risk. So every time I entered a partial, another $500 got added. Not another $500, but another. My break even or my average in the position increased a little bit. So my stop loss increased like $50 every time I entered again. So I entered with like a $200 stop. $250, $300, $350. And then it was about a $500 stop loss. I don't know the calculations, but it don't really fucking matter. All I'm gonna say is great day. We didn't even trade on the trade of 8 thing. Bro, how do I have a total P&L on the day? Oh wait, last month today. Yeah. So great day on the top steps. If we didn't take this stupid ass trades, like 2 weeks ago on this Friday and lost $700, we'd be good to go. We'd be in profit. But we are only 170 away from finally being able to withdraw something. So that is 1 good trade away from being able to withdraw something out of my 2 50K Express accounts. And like I said, I'm not hoping I need to be able to be like, oh my god, like I need to be able to withdraw. Like now I'm gonna be scared as fuck and lose all my money. No, that's exactly what's not gonna happen. Like I'm low-key in the flow state with trading. Like call me wrong. Like yesterday was not maybe a good day. I don't remember what happened yesterday. I think it was like a $50 loss on Top Step. It wasn't really a good day. Like we took a loss, but our market direction was right. We didn't have the right time. So that's kind of what I was going to go over, was that I was talking to my homies, and they were like, this was I need to fix, or this I need to fix or work on. But I realized that there's nothing really I need to fix. I just need to be able to identify when time is not going to be in sync with price. Because I am perfectly fine with finding a daily bias on the day. Like today, my boy wanted London lows on NASDAQ, and I'm like, bro, like right around here, and I closed it, and he's like, bro, we need these London lows. I'm like, bro, I don't think so. Not anymore at this point. So it's just like being, like I have the experience and I have the market knowledge to be able to, know where the market's gonna go. It's just a matter of, is it gonna go there at what time? This is the same thing what happened today. Low sweep, entry. I was scared out of my mind. I was scared. My stop was right here. I'm scared out of my mind that right here, that we're gonna get stopped, for some bullshit. But according to my strategy, we should be good. And the only thing that was maybe a little off was time. We consolidated and we finally took that high at 10:52. So it's like, understanding how time plays a role because it's overpriced. Time is before price in the market. It's a certain time that the market moves. It's not a certain price that the market moves. You feel me? I'm like, I see teenage. What am I saying though? Regardless though, great fucking day. We're finally back in it. I just want to, just be content. Be all right. Maybe I was a little nervous in this trade, but I did have a little extra risk on there that I normally do, so I will grant myself that stress. But it's nice to see that we're back in the game. We were in the game, but we just now it's kind of monetarily wise kind of back in the game. But yeah, my goal just for the month of August is to get a payout of this. I want $1,500 to pay for housing for stuff for the month. And that'll be it. All I want is $1,500, which is $700, $750 on each account. So if I run it up $52K, I'll be able to withdraw something. So yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. And yeah, it was just a great trading day. It's just reinforcing these good habits that I wanted to see on this Top Step calendar. I wanted to see good habits being formed. Maybe this first month was not good with a bad P&L, but right now we're sitting $500 up on the month. So we're finally greening on the Express account for 1 month. And I can't express how really that important it is to me. We were in drawdown this entire time. And then finally, we just have to avoid days like this. Days like this, $700 loss. We should not be taking $700 losses. But we're good. In 2 weeks, we got about $1,200, and that's kind of what I was missing. So yeah, 170 less in the accounts. Let's try and run it up. And yeah, I will see y'all for tomorrow's video, August 13th. And yeah, y'all have a good one. Peace out.